it's time to do a 1-year video. Hi everybody! We have been here almost 1 year living on this property now. I'm going to walk around and show you guys what progress we've made and what progress we haven't made. We're going to do some interviews with everybody. We're going to go ahead and take a tour of the property and all the projects going on. Okay. Okay, here is a project that Anthony's been working on. He threw out some seeds. Now he's got some vines growing. It could be cantaloupe. We're not sure yet. I've been trying to start a hill of mint here, wanting to try and grow some teas. Hey guys, this is my shade trellis. I've been working on it for quite some time. Hopefully I'll get it finished soon. I've got some different types of beans growing. I've got tomatoes and squash, and I tried to pick out things that were going to do well in the summer here. This is part of our drainage system. I don't know if you can see it in the background. It's our gray water, and we are working on some fixes for it because it's not draining quite right. Yeah, so still working on that project. This is our swale. We've got squash. It went all the way through the ditch. That's not where we intended for it to go, but it's growing lots of food. A whole lot of beans and lentils that we planted. All these are different types of beans. Then we have a section of weeds growing all the way through the ditch. The bees really love the weeds. Squash, beans, weeds. Then we have another section of beans and more weeds. Behind the beans, you can actually see that there's a ditch down there. That's where we drain our gray water. These are our piles of things. Branches, topsoil, so we use it a lot. Pile of compost, another pile of compost, and some tools, another pile of branches. These are some areas that we've cleared out under the trees. We've got a big spot to put a picnic table, and we're clearing out an area to put a fence and a dog house. This is where we cut firewood for the winter. Alright guys, round 2. It's time for the inside tour. This is the bathroom. This is my shower. My husband likes the shower head. It's an experiment. I don't really like it that much. I don't think it's strong enough. We don't really have the capacity to fill up the tub because of the drain situation. You need lots of room to drain a lot much water. Look at that. It's ginormous. Very cool. It's a cute tub. I really like it. And it's a nice big place to take a shower. Just gotta fix that shower head as far as I'm concerned. Just look for a second. Just for a second. Yeah, okay, that's my toilet. Yes, there is a bucket under there, and that's all you need to know. We have a vanity and a very nice sink here that my husband put in. And this is our ginormous on-demand heater. Very cool. Okay, this is where I sleep. It's a pretty good mattress. It's natural, but it is on the floor, so we gotta get that raised up soon. And this is also where I make hammocks for my son's birthday. Yeah, his birthday's totally passed and I haven't finished it yet, but I will. That is everyone's hanging clothes all on one line. We haven't made closets yet. That's on the list, of course. Yeah, so this is our closet. This is a vanity area with lights, twinkle lights, and this is my computer, my workspace on a tiny little antique table that I got from my grandmother. This is the laundry. We pretty much have storage in boxes everywhere, so we're still living out of boxes and bags and that sort of thing. We have a few shelving units, but it's definitely not built in yet. Yeah, as you can see, this place is not finished. It's a half finished shed, so it's a Dirksen building. It's 32 by 14. We've got it all insulated, but we haven't finished out the walls and everything yet, and like the floors, and we haven't done all our built-ins. Well, I think I'm a ham. I saw you roll your eyes at me. This is my teenage son.
It's all a lie.
He is using our giant industrial-sized sink, which is really cool, actually. This is our cooling system right now. Our earth tubes are in the works. We're trying to figure them out and get some electricity run upstairs. You can see the pipes behind me. That's where the wires are being run. And we're gonna have the air sucking out the top with some fans in order to bring in the cool air under the ground from the earth tubes. We actually put them in before we even bought this shed, and I thought they just weren't deep enough, that they weren't cool, but I tested them and they are 76 degrees under the ground. We just need the proper suction and to move the right amount of air and all that stuff. So we're gonna try the upstairs fans to blow the heat out and suck the cool air in. If that's not enough, we're gonna put fans on the air tubes themselves to help directly pull in the cool air instead of just whatever cracks there are in the building. Yeah, so cross your fingers that it works, because right now we have no air conditioning. It gets to 90 degrees in here. Today it was 92, and it's kind of ridiculous. I know it's doable most of the time, but that's a little bit too much. So we're working on that one too. Next, this is our industrial-sized sink and a very tiny dish drainer. We'll probably upgrade and make a place for our pans to hang. This is where I cook right now. It's just a really simple camp stove and a cutting board, and obviously this is where I'm storing food and such. Also over under the counter space, we've got our batteries for our electrical system, for our solar power. And you can see in the corner the giant inverter. We only have 6 panels, and it will be enough to run some things, just not anything big like power tools and air conditioning and things like that. So we definitely have to think about what we're doing. This is my wonderful washer. It's a Speed Queen, but we haven't been able to actually hook it up yet because we didn't get all the electrical hooked up to it yet, or the drainage hooked up to it. We're going to probably put it, let it go into a separate rainwater area, just because it's a large amount of water going out. Probably every day since there are 4 of us working out in the dirt. And we also need more water in general, so we're trying to do the water catchment system before we hook this up so that we have more free water available to us, instead of having to buy it so often. Okay, this is where we eat. This was a Christmas present to ourselves one year from IKEA. It had a leaf on it, so it was 7 feet long, but unfortunately the apartment we lived in molded everything, and we actually lost a lot of stuff, including the leaf to this table. It was very sad. This Big Bertha thing over in the corner is a really crappy air conditioning unit. We have to turn on the generator outside, run an extension cord in here, and turn it on. It makes a ton of noise, it pollutes everything, it smells awful, and it only does like 4 degrees difference after a couple of hours of being on, like literally 2 or 3 hours before it even goes down just a few degrees. So it's really not worth it. And my daughter kind of weed whacked the extension cord that we had on it anyway, so we gotta replace that, and really hope that her tubes work. Hi, this is one of my favorite places. We decided to get everybody a love sack, which is just a giant pillow, because we wanted to get everybody a treat, because we knew that we were going to be living in an unfinished place for a while, so we wanted to get something nice and cozy so we could hang out together as a family. This is my daughter's loft. It is not finished. There is a fan going in up here to suck the hot air out of the top of the shed. She made a really cute little bookshelf over there. She's got all the books up here, plus her own stuff, and so we're thinking about making some shelving along the walls and some shelving to the sides of the ladders. We're going to make built-in ladders, so just more things to go on the list. This is it, the last space. This is my son's side of the loft.
It's all a lie.
He also has a fan up here, and pretty much exactly the same thing as the other side, except he has lots of board games stored over here instead of having the books. That's the end of the indoor tour. Next, I'll be